أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي اللهم أخرجنا من ظلمات الوهم وأكرمنا بنور الفهم وافتح علينا بمعرفة العلم وسهل أخلاقنا بالحلم وجعلنا ممن يستمعون القول فيتبعون أحسنه اللهم اجعل أعمالنا خالصة لوجهك ولا تجعل فيها حظا لغيرك وصل اللهم على سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. How's everyone? Um, okay. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Welcome to, well, at least for me, with you guys, a new format. Alhamdulillah. I think it's a lot better than pre-recorded classes. What I do want to encourage is that we try and replicate our normal class setting as much as possible. So if anybody wants to say anything or respond, just unmute yourself and say it. I think people should keep themselves muted through when they're not intending to speak, just so that we don't have background noise and stuff like that. But if you do want to say something, if you do want to ask a question or contribute to the class in any way, like we have in normal class, please don't hesitate. Right? We're trying to replicate class as much as possible, bi'idhnillah ta'ala. And I think for me at least, this Zoom platform with the other class, that allowed me to have a little bit more engagement and replicate the suhbah more. That's something that's very important, you know. With the recordings, for me at least, it felt very distant. I was sitting at home reading my books and whatever, and then recording a class, knowing that nobody's listening to me while I'm recording it, and then I'd upload it, and you know, whoever listen to it, Allahu A'lam. But I think here we together. We're not in the same physical space, but we're in the same virtual space, and inshallah, I would appreciate interaction as much as possible, inshallah. All right, so that said, feel free to unmute yourself and say whatever you want to. If you want, you can also put up your hand, and then I'll acknowledge you, or you can just drop a comment. I have the chat box open, so if you drop something in a message in the chat box, just say, if I don't see your hand up, then just type the hand up or something, Allah Alam, and then I will acknowledge you, and we can take it from there, bi'idhnillah ta'ala. Yeah, that said, what we're going to be doing together, inshallah, is we have two sessions, right? The first session we're going to be doing, in the first session, we're going to be doing our reader, right? And in the second session, we're going to be doing some tafsir and Quran. It still feels a little bit like I'm talking to myself. Listen, somebody, one person at least, just unmute yourself, just so you can respond to me. I see
Yes,
Shauka's name.
Assalamualaikum Maulana.
Assalamualaikum Maulana.
Assalamualaikum
Maulana.
Listen, am I clear?
Yes, clear Maulana. We can hear you loud and clear.
All right, perfect. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so what we're going to do is, inshallah, we're going to do our, we're going to do the reader first. So how we're going to do the reader is this. I am going to, we're going to just read a section of the book. We'll read and translate. What I want you to do is, right, I want you guys to, maybe we'll read something. I want you to read it with me. Sister Wahida says, I'm not sure it's my side, but I can't hear anything. Just make sure that you've clicked on join audio. If not, then I think somebody can try and help you out, if it's not that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to read through the story. I'm going to read it, but I want you to read it with me, right? And then we'll go through the translations of some of the words. However, when we get to the new section of the reader, I want us to still have our group work. So how we're going to do that is we're going to we are going to break away into smaller meetings. So Sister Serene, mashallah, she's working behind the scenes, and I think she would have assigned everybody into groups. You'll then break away into smaller meetings, and you can interact with each other and actually do the group work like that. You can put your, when you're in that group, you can put your videos on, you put your audios on, and there the purpose is you must engage, inshallah. Right? We are a bit late for time today. But okay, it's our first day, so maybe some teething problems. However, we're going to still attempt to do some of that bi'idhnillah ta'ala. So I hope you guys remember the story, Man kasara al-asnam. Tell me, just to see that you guys are following, which story did we end on? Or which chapter did we end on?
Story number 3, Maulana, Nasihatu Ibrahim.
We did that one, or we must still do that one?
I think we did page number 1. I know it was for homework the last time we did it, page number 1 or half of it.
Okay, bismillah. So what we're going to do is we're going to start Man kasara al-asnam. We read these 3 pages, and then we go on to Nasihatu Ibrahim, inshallah. Right? So everybody together, bismillah. I think for those that have their mics unmuted while we're reading, just that we don't have a lot of feedback noise, you guys can put yourselves on mute, inshallah. Right? But I want everybody that's in the class, read it with. The purpose of it is we have a number of objectives in doing this reader, right? The one is being the ability to read Arabic. The other one is the correct articulation and just to hear how the words get articulated. The third thing is to actually understand what we are reading, right? So to build up a vocabulary with Quranic stories. And the fourth one is to actually, identify practically the nahu and sarf that you're learning in nahu and sarf. Right? So I know through the lockdown, you guys were learning more things, more concepts, and we'll try and all incorporate that, or you'll see how that works in, in real life, in a sentence, actually, in context. So, Bismillah. 1, 2, 3, go. Man kasara al-asnama. Who broke the idols? Azaru rajulun mashhurun. Azar is a famous man. هو يسكن في قرية جميلة. He lives in a beautiful village or beautiful city. هو يصنع أصناما. He builds or he manufactures idols. بيت الأصنام بيت كبير. The house of the idols is a big house. الناس يسجدون لهذه الأصنام. The people prostrate to these idols. ولد آزر. The son of Azar. إبراهيم هو ابن آزر. Ibrahim is the son of Azar. إبراهيم ولد رشيد. Ibrahim is a rightly guided boy. إبراهيم ولد حكيم. Ibrahim is a wise boy. إبراهيم رأى الناس يسجدون للأصنام. Ibrahim saw the people prostrating to the idols. ورأى الناس يعبدون الأصنام. And he saw the people worshipping the idols. الأصنام حجارة. The idols are stone. الأصنام لا تسمع. The idols do not hear. الأصنام لا تنفع. The idols do not benefit. جلس الذباب على الأصنام فما دفعت. The fly sat on the idols, so they did not repel them, or then they did not repel them. أكل الفأر طعام الأصنام فما منعت. The mouse ate the food of the idols, فما منعت, so they did not prevent them, meaning the idols did not prevent the mouse. Right. نصيحة إبراهيم. Is everybody following? So
Yes.
we did up until
Yes,
there,
Maulana.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
We did up until there. So what we're going to do now is, I filled up until page 6, but I don't. Okay. What we'll do is, I'm going to read page number 5 with you, right? Just page number 5. I think we did this page, but anyways, it was so long ago. I'm sure you don't remember. What we'll do is, we're going to read this page together. I'll read each sentence twice. Since I can't hear you, I'm going to read it twice. I want you to read it with me. See that you know how to say the words, etc. And then we're going to break away into our groups for a bit, right? I just want us to test out how those groups are working and see if we can interact with each other nicely via them, bismillah ta'ala, so that we can plot a way forward, inshallah. So I'm going to read this page, read with me. I'll allow you to ask any questions if you want before we break into our groups, and then we'll break into our groups. So bismillah. Nasihatu Ibrahim. I'm not going to translate it now. You guys can, you can think up translations for yourselves based on what you know. Nasihatu Ibrahim. يقول إبراهيم في نفسه لماذا يسجد الناس للأصنام. Again. يقول إبراهيم في نفسه لماذا يسجد الناس للأصنام. Next sentence. يسأل إبراهيم نفسه لماذا يسأل الناس الأصنام. Again. يسأل إبراهيم نفسه لماذا يسأل الناس الأصنام. Next sentence. يقول إبراهيم لوالده. Again. يقول إبراهيم لوالده يا أبي لماذا تعبد هذه الأصنام. Again. يا أبي لماذا تعبد هذه الأصنام. Next sentence. ويا أبي لماذا تسجد لهذه الأصنام. Again. ويا أبي لماذا تسجد لهذه الأصنام. Last sentence. ويا أبي لماذا تسأل هذه الأصنام. Again. ويا أبي لماذا تسأل هذه الأصنام. Right. So that was just so that you could all read it and hear how to pronounce everything and how to say everything in those sentences. Do we have any questions before we go into our groups?
Maulana, what exactly are we supposed to be doing in the groups? Sorry, I might not have heard that.
Okay, so what I want you to do in the groups is, right, Sister Zerina is going to put everybody into their groups. I will go, I'll join the groups randomly. I don't know if there'll be time for me to join all of them, but I'll try and join them. You can ask me any questions in your smaller groups. But what I want you to do is, each person in the group, just take a turn to read one of the sentences. So you guys can, decide in the order amongst yourselves. Each person just read one of the sentences, right? Then after you've read it, each person has at least had a chance to read one of the sentences. Then I want you to try and translate the sentence. Right? Translate the sentences. Each person can work perhaps on the sentence that they translated, and then as a group you can discuss it. What I want you to do is, when somebody translates it differently, they should be able to say why. For example, I may have the part of the sentence where it says, يقول إبراهيم or rather, let me take the third one. يقول إبراهيم لوالده. Ibrahim, I can say maybe Ibrahim said to his father, or Ibrahim said to his son. Maybe you might ask, well, why did you say said? Shouldn't it be Ibrahim is saying to his father, or he says to his father? And then the person should be able to justify it. Well, yes, actually you are correct, because the word yaqulu is present tense, it's not past tense. So I would like that kind of discussion. So first thing, everybody just read one of the sentences, right? The second thing I want you to do is each person try and work on a translation of that sentence that you read. And then as a group, take it sentence by sentence and just discuss the translation. So we'll take 15 minutes for that, inshallah. Is that fine? Well, it's going to have to be fine. I can't hear everybody, so Bismillah. So if you can do that, Bismillah. Three things, right? Read one sentence, translate the sentence, discuss translation as a group, right? So first thing you need to do is just decide who's going to go first, second, third, fourth, etc. So Bismillah. 1, 2, 3, go. Sister Nasreen, can you please break us up? Is everybody still here in the main meeting? Okay, people are going into these smaller meetings. You guys just need to accept the fact that Sister Nasreen is putting you into those groups, eh? I'm going to stop sharing my screen now so that I can jump to other meetings. Nasreen, I think there's still some people in the main meeting, eh? And then I don't have access to the you can either make me host or you can just put me in one of the groups. That should be fine. If you put me in a group, then I should be able to jump between them. If I can't, I'll come back here and ask you to change that. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi. Nazreen, I just wanted to ask, I was in the guys group, right? The breakout rooms. That was fine, it worked pretty well, alhamdulillah. But I didn't enter any of the female breakout rooms. I don't know, because if the camera's on and at home, I don't know if it's safe for me to do that. So I don't know, maybe if you just want to pop in to see if it's working out. And if you could put me into another breakout room, please, that would be okay. I can actually do it now myself. But if you could possibly maybe just pop in just to see that things are going okay, or even just notify me if I can join those groups, because they may want the help as well. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Nazanin, can we get everyone back here, please? Shukran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We're back.
Walaikum salam, Maulana. Yes, we are.
Okay, cool.
Yes, Maulana.
Okay. I hope that those breakout rooms worked well.
Maulana, you're very soft, eh?
Oh, very soft. Okay, let me just see quickly what's going on here. Audio.
Maybe you
And
must
now?
just check your volume because Maulana seems fine by me. Yeah, maybe just check the volume of your computer or your phone.
Okay. Jazakumullah khairan for that. I hope that those breakout rooms worked well. I popped into some of the brothers' groups and we had some discussion. I didn't pop into any of the sisters' groups this week because seeing that it was the first one, I just had some reservations. You know, everybody's at home in their private spaces. So I didn't want to just come into those rooms unannounced for the ladies' videos. However, I think for future weeks, if we can have it such that when we do go into the breakout groups, that everybody's covered and stuff, expecting a male to pop into those rooms, then I'll be able to, you know, help you guys out and answer questions and engage with you as well. But from my experience with the brothers, it worked pretty well, alhamdulillah. Right. You guys can give us some feedback as well. We'd appreciate that. What I wanted to do now is our time is actually like, we have 2 minutes. 2 minutes left. So I think the time allocation wasn't too great today, but we're supposed to go on to do Surah At-Tin. It's a short surah, but it's a surah packed with deep meaning. So what do you guys say? Should we just start it next week? I think that's going to be, yeah, I think that's going to be the only option now.
Maulana, what about all the other surahs that we started but didn't finish? Like the short surahs?
Tell me which surah did you start and not finish?
Surah Al-Kawthar. We did verse 1, I think.
With me?
Yes, I think it was with you.
Could
I
have
can't
been with me.
remember.
Okay. So just tell me which surah were those Surah Al-Kawthar. Send a message maybe to the Mizan phone, and then maybe we can get back to that.
Okay, because
We'll
we
definitely get
just
back to that.
we just spoke about the meaning of Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, I think. That's all.
Okay,
we didn't
yes,
even do verse 1.
I do remember that. Yes, we definitely, don't worry, we're not gonna not do this one. We'll do them, inshallah. So just send a message maybe to the Mizan number with the name of the surah, and then we'll get back to it, inshallah.
Okay, Maulana.
However, for today, people, I think we'll call it quits for now. We'll end at that. I hope the sessions were a bit more interactive and engaging, inshallah. Hopefully our time management in terms of switching classes and having everything sorted out will be much better for next week, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Please do send us your feedback, but I think we'll end there for now. وجزاكم الله خيرا وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. I was actually quite excited to get into the surah, but we'll leave that for next week, bi'idhnillah. We're in there for now. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. If you guys want to switch on your mics and create and stuff, yes, Bismillah. If there's any questions, go for it. Is there a question?
This is Asina. You know, I don't have that reader. I got a book and it's not matching exactly to what you're showing on the screen. Where can I get it on the portal?
Can you maybe just send a message to, you want the physical book or PDF?
PDF, please.
Okay, if you can just send a message to Nasreen, and then I'm sure she'll pass it on to you.
Jazakallah. Okay.
All right. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Mara, we had some questions in our group, from one of the girls' groups.
Okay. If you want to go into the group quickly, and or you can ask me, that's fine.
Okay, so we're wondering, how do we know when we must use or when we must use do? So when you're translating like Ya bi limada ta'budu hadhihi al-asnama, so we've got like, oh my father, do you worship these idols, or why are you worshiping these idols?
Perfect. One of the brothers asked the question as well. I just wanted to say, I don't want to keep everybody beyond the time. Whoever wants to leave, alhamdulillah, class is concluded. For those who do want to listen to the answer to these questions, you are welcome to stay. All right, so the question is why, how do we know when to use do instead of are, or are instead of do? That is one of those places in which the context would have to tell you. Like, if you say, oh my father, why are you prostrating to these idols? That's one way, for example, of phrasing one of those sentences, right? Another way would be, oh my father, why do you prostrate to these idols? That's the question you're asking, right?
Sure.
Right. So the one, when you're using the word are, implies that the person is busy doing the action right now.
Okay.
Right. And the only way you would know definitively that we are referring to, or that you should use do instead of are, would be via the context. So we would just assume in this case that Ibrahim alayhi salam is talking to his father, he's having a conversation. So his father's not in prostration right now. And that's why it would just be in general, oh my father, why do you prostrate to these idols, instead of why are you prostrating to these idols?
Okay.
So, but in terms of Arabic form, they take the same form.
And then why is after hadhihi, why is it al asnama and not just asnama? Why is there a the there?
Okay. When you want to use the word hadhihi as an indicative noun, like to mean these idols, instead of these are the idols, then the word that follows the hadhihi must have an al. You will have a lesson in Nahu on that specific type of word.
Okay, so it's just something we haven't covered yet.
It's just something you haven't covered yet. But however, what I can tell you is when you have a word like that, hadhihi or hadha, followed by a word with the al, then you'll translate it as these idols or the book. For example, hadhal kitab, the book, or hadhal bayt, this house. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it will have an al to indicate that it's like kind of that the word before it is indicating to it. But you're
Okay,
going to
so
have a
just-
proper lesson on that in Nahu,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, shukran, shukran Malana.
Afwan. Anybody else have any other questions?
Hello.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Bismillah.
Ja. Ik ben nog niet klaar met die klas nou.
Oh, uncles. I thought that was a question for me. Anybody else have a question? If there's no questions, then I'll knock off, inshallah. Or I'll stick around in case anybody has a question. Assalamu alaikum, yes? Afwan. Okay. All right, Afwan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Salam.
Assalamu alaikum.
Waalaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Afwan. Okay, I'm out. Assalamu alaikum.